So, how was your Christmas?
It was all right. Christmas lights outside just kept kicking on and off. I don't know what the problem is.
You know what you needed?
What's that?
More power, more power, more power, more.
Hi, and welcome to episode 1 of the More Power podcast.
Is this episode 1?
This is episode 1.
Oh, yeah, it is episode
Sorry,
1.
it should be episode 2, but episode 1's audio cut out on us. Speaking of which, let me make sure it's working. So, episode 1 of the More Power podcast. I'm your host, Dan Banna, and apparently, as always, my co-host, Will Tactics.
Somehow I got back in your house, man.
Yeah, he keeps sneaking in. I don't know what that's all about. I gotta lock them doors.
Yeah, man.
So today we got some fighting game news, some virtual reality news, and then we're going to take a little time to talk about our upcoming top 10, what we think the best game of 2018 was. Well, starting things off this week, there's been some weird happenings in the fighting game tournaments, especially with Dragon Ball Fighters or Dragon Ball Fighters Z. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Fighters. Yeah, there's been some interesting news to go out as of late. It has a bunch of tournaments are being canceled for some reason.
Like all out canceled?
Yeah, they're being stopped, and a lot of people are still unsure of the situation. They don't know why this is happening. They're pointing fingers at Toei Entertainment, Bandai Namco, any sort of company connected to the franchise.
Have those companies been saying anything about it, or are they?
No, I mean, well, Toei's cleared their name on Twitter. They posted something on Twitter just clearing their name, it had nothing to do with them. But yeah, it's
But I mean, do they know what? Does it seem like they? I mean, they should know why it's happening if they're.
It's
connected.
It's just
to it.
very quiet right now. It's just nobody knows.
I mean, Toei is probably the holders of the Dragon Ball franchise.
I think
Bandai Namco is probably the people that made the game.
They're all connected, into it. Even Arc Systems, but I mean, I don't think that they know anything as to why. But I mean, this is a huge blow because it was the most popular game at EVO, and
yeah, there was something 2,500 people.
Oh yes, they had the most signups at EVO this year. They beat out Street Fighter V.
That's huge.
Yeah, so yeah, this is going to be a huge blow to venues. It's going to be a huge blow to the players, to the fans watching.
Yeah, I mean,
the
there's
game.
people that make their living off of.
Oh yeah.
Playing these games. That's what their career is, and for it to just disappear with it and without any word. If they were okay, we can't do this anymore, and here's the reason why. That's one thing, but just it mysteriously being pulled, and they're already. I saw something online today. They're already pulling for tournaments for next year.
Yeah.
And this was a really. I mean, this wasn't some rinky-dink.
No,
Nobody played game. This was the most popular fighting game this year.
This year, yeah, 2018. I would say that this was the most popular fighting game of the year. I mean, even with the new content for Street Fighter V, you had Blaze Blue Tag that came out this year. There's been some updates to Tekken 7. Soul Calibur 6 just came out. I mean, and then you got Smash Bros Ultimate.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably what a lot of the players from DBZ are gonna flock to now.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a huge miscalculation by whoever is, blocking these tournaments from happening. It's
a lot of money they're missing out on.
Yeah,
a ton of money.
And I mean, I'm not worried about some mega corporation losing out on money, but it sucks for the people that play this game. I mean, there's people that, spend, hundreds and thousands of hours perfecting their craft of playing these fighting games. And to me, that's if an NFL team halfway through the season was just like, you know what? We're not going to play anymore.
I mean, that's a similar situation, but
it's a shame that it's probably just some corporate bigwig thinking that he can squeeze money out of this somehow.
I mean, it's a copyright issue. It's a, suits issue.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. I don't know. It's not the little guy. It's the suits that have absolutely no idea what the game's about or anything like that. Cutting this off for the people that actually care about the franchise, and to me, it's a shame. Dragon Ball was huge when we were growing up, and to see some suit just kind of shit on the whole thing it's sad to me. The truth will come out in the coming weeks.
Yeah, we'll see something
here
shortly.
I guess when the next big fighting game tournament comes out, it'll be
I'm pretty sure Winter Brawl is on I think, don't kill me, but I think it's the weekend of the 19th of January. So, I don't know what all games. I know
that's already been pulled from that, though, right?
It's already been pulled from that, but that's going to be like the next major tournament. I'm pretty sure, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to be there. But hey, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite's going to be there. It's already got.
Keep hyping up your game.
Hey.
Well, taking a quick break from fighting game news. I know you got a lot of it this week. I want to talk about something very near and dear to my heart, and that is the state of virtual reality gaming. My issue with it is it seems like everyone's just coming out with like peripherals for it instead of focusing on what they need to. Like, they need to focus. The biggest issue is it is fucking expensive. It is really expensive.
It's still expensive? Like, I felt like it was expensive, like, back in the 90s and stuff. And
No,
2000s. Like, it's still expensive.
I've got the original Vive headset.
Mm-hmm.
I believe this is $600 still.
Wow.
And they came out with the Vive Pro, which is $800, but that is just for the headset. If you want the headset with the motion trackers and the controllers and everything you need to play it, it's like $1,400.
So you think the price of the virtual reality equipment is...
It's way too expensive.
It's scaring players away from coming to it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They have cheap... You can get like the cheap, like $50 things where you stick your phone in, but that doesn't do virtual reality justice. That's...
Okay.
You might as well just be looking at your TV if you're just going to stick a phone and a little headset. And there's a couple coming out that are cheaper versions of it, but they're watered down. It's like, I don't know why Vive or HTC made a more expensive Vive instead of working on making the original one cheaper. So price by far is, I think, the biggest issue with virtual reality gaming. And I love it, but I still feel like I overpaid for it.
So what do you think about like virtual reality for PS4 and Xbox?
PS4, I think I'm conflicted on it because personally I hate the PlayStation VR thing. Not because it's bad, but because Sony's getting a lot of exclusives that aren't coming to the headset that I bought.
Right. Oh, yeah. I guess that makes
Resident
sense.
Evil 7 still hasn't come out on Oculus or the Vive. And that I've been waiting to play Resident Evil 7 because they said it was going to be a year before it came out because Sony had the exclusive rights to the virtual reality of it. And everyone says that is the definitive way to play Resident Evil 7. It will literally make you shit your pants.
Okay, well, I don't know much about the Oculus. Can you mod games using those?
Like Skyrim, I think you can mod. A lot of them, if it's for one or the other on PC, you can play it.
Okay.
Like
'Cause I think that
Vive
might be
has
why.
quote unquote exclusives. There's some games that came out only on Oculus. If you just download Oculus, their store or whatever, it works with both.
Okay.
And the same with the Vive. If you only have an Oculus, unless it's something that requires the room scale,
Mm-hmm.
which Oculus has now also. You just have to have it. Originally, it wasn't a room scale. It was just, looking around, and which is so cool. But
Yeah.
so number one, price that needs to come down. 2, I hate the exclusives, but that's just because I went with what was considered the piece de resistance on virtual reality. I went for what the best. Resident Evil 7, Megaton Rainfall, those were 2 huge games I could not wait to play.
And they're still not out.
They're still not available except on PlayStation VR.
Resident Evil 7, I think it's going on, a year maybe since it's been out?
Oh, it's been over 2 years.
It's been over 2 years? Wow.
They originally said, it might be a year and a half.
I think it was January of 2000.
It's been at least a year.
17, I want to say.
So it would be coming up on 2 years.
I don't know. You guys would know better than we would.
But that needs to change.
Yeah.
Those 2 games could sell a lot of VR headsets. And that brings me to my third point, is that the games the only really good games, there's 4 or 5 that I would say are must plays. But nobody wants to develop for it because nobody's buying it because the other 2 issues.
Right.
It's too expensive, and if they are going to develop for it, they're only going to develop unless they get an exclusive thing by Sony.
And don't get me wrong, I've played a few of the VR games on different consoles, and playing it on PlayStation 4, it's forgive me, but it feels a little prehistoric. It's not as great looking. You look around, and yeah, you can see.
It's basically a 360 TV.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know.
Most games you still play with a controller.
It doesn't look as great as I thought it would, as compared to when I played it on your system. It feels more 3D.
Yeah, the Vive is still, and I really wanted to go and get the Vive Pro, but one, if I buy that, what am I going to do with this?
Yeah.
I've got a $600 headset that no one else can use because I still need to have all the other stuff that came with it. Recently for Christmas, I got the wireless adapter, which I know it's expensive already, and an extra $300 is a lot, but it makes it 10 times better to have the wireless adapter on it. I choked myself. I set up a little rig in the studio here, and I would choke myself with the cord all the time, and you're spinning around, especially if you're playing shooter games.
Yeah, I've seen when you had it hooked up before.
Yeah,
it did seem kind of crazy.
And it was almost better just to have it on the ground because you might trip over it, but it's better than getting choked.
Mm-hmm.
When you're fighting a horde of zombies and stuff like that. But let me know in the comments what you think. Do you have a PlayStation VR? Are you glad that you got Resident Evil 7 and Megaton Rainfall, and the Star Wars game was ridiculously cool on PlayStation VR, but I think it would be even better on the Vive. But yeah, let us know in the comments what you think about virtual reality. If you've been thinking about it, what's been keeping you from buying the virtual reality? Is it the cost? Is it you don't know about the games? If you do have virtual reality, what do you like about it? What do you think is the major issue keeping the virtual reality from becoming the next evolution of video games.
Yeah, man. But on the upside, there's been some good news for Street Fighter V fans.
Really?
Yeah, we got some new updates. A lot of people aren't happy with. A lot of people are happy with. But the complete tier list is being shifted around all over again, and
even your fighting games, I can't.
Yeah, man.
I can't grasp it.
So there's been some updates. Some changes to characters.
Such as?
Everybody got changes.
Well, Ryu can't throw fireballs no more?
No, Ryu's fireball game is probably the best it's ever been. I mean, it's continuing to get better every
I'm about
season.
to have to get in there because that's all I can do is throw fireballs
Ryu's,
all day.
Well, since you are a Ryu fan, they've actually added another character to the game as well, who's kind of like evil Ryu. His name is Kage. And
isn't he like a Naruto fighter?
No, man. This is Street Fighter. But he's like he's a new Shoto. He
a new what?
Shoto, like
I don't know what that is.
Ken, Akuma, Ryu.
Oh, fireball throwers.
Yeah, like those type of characters. Yeah, so he's new. He's a playable character.
Street Fighter.
But they also made a interesting announcement. They being Capcom, so they told us that this season we're not getting like an actual season pass. Whereas you could just buy the season pass and then you get all the characters that are coming out for that season. Instead, they're just going to release one character at a time. And
Did they say whether or not that's going to cost more money than the...
I mean, it'll be like the normal price per character. I think it's like $6,
Well, didn't the
$7.
season pass and you get like... It was the 5 fighters for the cost of 3 or something like that?
Yeah, it's like... I think it was 6 fighters. I think the last season was 6 fighters. And like the season.
How are those? Like are the fighters good, or are they just like reskins? Or
yeah, they've added some decent amount of characters. Like in the last patch they added Cody, if you're familiar with him from Street Fighter Alpha. They've added Blanka,
or from Final Fight, where he's originally from.
Yeah, Blanka.
Wait, Blanka ain't been in?
No, he was in season 3. So.
You gotta pay extra to get Blanka.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's trash.
I mean, the game started with like 14 characters, which I mean, a lot of people complained about.
That's why I didn't buy the game.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't a big fan of the game when it first came out, but now there's like a decent amount of characters in the game.
So if I buy the game, let's say the game's $50 right now.
I think it's like you can get it for $20 for season.
Okay,
the original cast, season 1 and season 2 is like $20 right now.
So how many fighters you get with that? How much do I got to spend to get it to where it needs to be?
12, so 36.
I mean, I got Smash. That's 73 characters or something like that.
Yeah. I mean...
And it got Ryu and Ken in there anyway.
And Guile. And...
Guile's an assist. He ain't no... Flash kick.
Yeah. You're scared of this. Even when you don't play Street Fighter V, but when you see this, everyone just loses their shit. It's just, damn it, Guile's charging something. We don't know if it's Sonic Boom or a Flash Kick.
Could be both.
Yeah, but
Sonic Boom Kick.
But yeah, I think there's about for the $20. I think you get 24 characters. I want to say 26
that's
characters.
Not bad.
Yeah, so that's when I got into the game, when they had season 1 and season 2 connected. It was like the arcade edition.
Okay.
And yeah, that came out like earlier this year, and it was like $40 when I bought it. So that's when I started getting into Street Fighter. I was kind of late on it.
Well, let us know who your favorite Street Fighter character is. Ryu, all day. It's the only character I ever played.
Then you need to start playing.
I hit you with that Hadouken 300 times in a row. That's all I know how to do.
Honestly, with the buffs Ryu got, you could probably do that now.
I'm about to tear some people up.
I'm not a Ryu player, but I mean, then also they got Kage, who's like Ryu.
Evil Ryu.
Eviler Ryu.
Is Evil Ryu? He's in it.
He's not. No, Evil Ryu's not in the game. It's Kage, but he's like Eviler Ryu.
Eviler Ryu.
Eviler. Yes.
You got me coughing over here with the even more evil Ryu.
Yes, even more evil.
That's
Ryu.
what they should have called him.
Even more evil Ryu.
I would have bought the game if they had
the evilest Ryu.
Eviler Ryu squared.
So what would happen if they made an evil Akuma? Because Akuma's already evil.
No, they should make good Akuma.
Good Akuma.
his like demon thing just heals him. It doesn't do anything to the
He's
other
just like
player.
smiling all the time, like he
That'd
does.
be great.
Before he does the raging demon, he just like smiles in your face and laughs.
He does the smiling demon.
the smiling demon.
He dances over towards him.
That'd be Dan.
And to close out this episode, I want to talk about what your favorite game of 2018 was. Not necessarily what you think the best game was, just the game that you had the most fun playing, what your favorite game of 2018 was.
By the look on my face, you should already know this answer.
I'm
but
not even going to guess.
I guess I'm just going to go ahead and say Monster Hunter World.
Okay, I mean, that's a solid choice.
It's what I've put 700 something hours into. This game I'm fully addicted. I freaking love Monster Hunter. Like
That's good.
I came in on Monster Hunter 4 and I've been all about the game ever since.
Yeah, I think I beat Monster Hunter World.
You beat the game. You did beat the game.
But
I think after that you kind of just
I mean, we played online a little bit, but
yeah. It's not for everyone because after you beat the game, you're just grinding for like the best stuff in the game.
Yeah.
At that point.
I mean, I don't know. Monster Hunter always seemed to me like the worst parts of an MMO, which isn't fair because, I mean, it's not press 1 to throw fireball, press 2. You've actually got to do stuff.
Yeah. It's like Devil May Cry. I've compared it to like an RPG with like Devil May Cry because you're like fighting a monster and you can't just go in there and hack and slash it. You got to be like strategic because you get hit one time, you're dead.
Monster Hunter World's good.
Yeah. So what would you say is your pick for your?
I've got. I mean, it's at this stage. I think it's everyone's that's played it because you haven't played it. I gotta go with Red Dead Redemption 2.
Red Dead. I didn't expect you to say that. For some reason, I thought you were gonna say Spider-Man.
Spider-Man was a damn good game.
I love Spider-Man. It's awesome.
But Red Dead Redemption 2 is what got me to stop playing Spider-Man.
Interesting.
I mean, the story, the characters, the gameplay is really cool. I love the first Red Dead Redemption in the game. I mean, it was...
Why is that?
I don't want to spoil it for anyone.
Oh, okay.
And actually, it's probably about 10 hours of watching your character just go through, a really, really hard thing to imagine someone having to go through.
So it's like a deep storyline.
It's a real deep storyline.
Okay, see, I'm not really familiar with that.
But the gameplay is great too.
So I know it's on Rockstar. Is it like similar to like GTA?
Yeah. I mean, the controls are pretty much the same. Make sure you check out our top 10 videos every Thursday. Well, we're trying to make it every Thursday. Coming up is going to be our top 10 games of 2018. You don't want to miss that. We're trying to get the podcast out every Monday. Being the holiday season, it's a little rough right now for us. We're just two guys. We don't have we don't have a big crew or anything like that. So we're trying to record as often as we can.
And spread the word.
Yeah,
Share
that's
with
right.
your friends.
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We've had a lot of things to comment on this episode. Let us know your thoughts on virtual reality gaming. Let us know what your favorite Street Fighter characters are. And let us know what your game of 2018 should be. We'll definitely take a look at that when we're, making our top 10. Hopefully that'll be coming out in a couple of days. I want it to be Thursday. But like I said, with the holiday, it's just a little rough for us right now to record on the schedule that we want to. Mm-hmm. So we apologize to anyone that's trying to... it makes it a little hard for you guys to share our content when we can't get it out as fast as we'd like to.
Right.
But it's coming. Life absolutely happens.
Life happens.
So thank you for watching. And again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It'll help us get your videos out to you a lot faster. Thank you.
Absolutely.